Hello, welcome to the fall semester. I know we're almost a couple of weeks in already, which is crazy. It's gone really quickly, but and I haven't sent out an email requesting the syllabus just yet. We've had a change in our syllabus format, at least a request for a change in the format because the university systems are under a different set of requirements. One of the requirements is that all syllabi and really all course material should be ADA accessible. What I mean by that is there are formatting tools within documents, within PDF, not only Word documents, but also PDFs that allow uh, text to speech readers to recognize what's on a page and be able to speak aloud what's on that page and give a an accurate representation for somebody who might be visually impaired. And so we want to make sure that we are getting our syllabi in this approved format. And I've delayed this a bit because I've experimented with myself quite a bit. The university sent out some templates to help. So Dr. Meyer on it looks like July 30th sent out a few templates for folks to review. I'm going to go ahead and share that screen, and then I'll need to switch my video so folks can and I can kind of track with what's happening. So let me switch my video over here. Okay, sorry for the change. The You can see that there was a committee, and the committee put together a new syllabus template. And so these are the changes that are necessary to make sure that your syllabi are accessible. Okay. So number one, if you have a section, that section needs to be labeled with a header. I'll show you what that is in just a moment. We've also updated our ADA statement, which we actually do every beginning of every fall. And we also have some new content regarding course modality and communicating university closure. So there are three new changes that they're highlighting. If you pull up the syllabus example, if I can pull that up really quickly, it looks like this, and this one looks pretty visually pleasing. It doesn't look too bad. But what you'll notice is if you go to the very top, you'll see this little symbol. And what this symbol is telling you that this is actually a heading. So if you hover here, you put your cursor there, you'll see this little symbol, and it's indicating this is heading one. Okay, so this is heading one for this course. And then you can see there's also, if you hover over here where it's bold as school, that's heading two. And here's heading two under department. And here's heading two under hours credit. And here's heading two under instructor information. So you can see that each one of these sections have, oh, and that one doesn't because it's still under this section. So if you're creating your syllabus and you are making a new syllabus or updating, you want to make sure that if you don't use the template, that you are creating something with headers. So a text-to-speech engine will be able to pick up, okay, this is a new section. This is a separate heading. And so this is an example. This one actually looks pretty good. The one that I kind of struggled with Visually, I think was it this? No, 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 it wasn't that one. Theirs looks pretty good too. So you can see here's a template. Here's a template from another department. And again, if we hover over this, you can see that, okay, there's heading one, and here's a heading one, and here's a heading one. So they're making this accessible. There's heading two. Imagine this will be heading three. It is. So this is a way to make sure that when you publish a syllabus, it's accessible. What you can do as well, what I do as an instructor, so it doesn't always download every time when the student goes to click in Blackboard, is and I also want a non-editable form, something that's tougher to edit. I'll actually save these as a PDF, and it will go ahead and include, if you save it as a PDF, it will go ahead and include those headings and subheadings. This was the one. Okay, so here's the syllabus template. I created a syllabus off of this, and this will match the format because you can see their headings. Here's heading two, here's heading one, and here's the instructions for this. But what I found is this is really hard then visually to track with. This information becomes difficult to track with. My solution, so I went through some of the training to make sure. And if you've taken Quality Matters, if you've designed an online course, you've had some of this training yourself, where you can design ADA accessible and compliant documents and things for your courses. And that's also another thing that I want to highlight here. If you teach an online course, and actually, if you teach a face-to-face course but use Blackboard, we're moving toward not just because we want to I mean, we want to be compliant as a university, but we're moving with mandates to make sure that our course material is ADA compliant. You can make sure of this by if you go into, let me share one of my courses. If you go into for instance, I'll go into one of my courses here, the strategies and techniques. I think this was one I tried to update the syllabus with. So if I go to syllabus, and you can look here at this little speedometer. If you create a document and you upload it, and it's green like this, that means that you've created something that is ADA accessible. In other words, you've created something that people that are visually impaired can also participate with and experience. And so here's my PDF. This is my syllabus. All right, and you'll see on my syllabi, I like to include color. I like sometimes to include pictures. You can see I also tried to integrate some of the new formatting, but you also see that I've included a picture. Now, if you include a picture and you've not been trained, I would say just delete the picture and if you haven't been trained on this, and if you don't feel comfortable making these changes yourself, you can rely on the examples that have been given. Just, drop your information in there, keep the formatting. Uh, and that'll get you through. I tend to when I did this myself, it started being very visually unappealing. So I tried to make some changes where it was like the students that like I want some color, or but again, these are all marked out where um you can access them uh, digitally. So for instance, when I included this picture, there's an alt text, and I had to type in a description of the picture. So I said Northwestern logo in red and black ink. And so that was good. That's good enough. If that's text to speech, that lets somebody know, oh, there's a logo there, there's a picture. So if you do this in an online course, you'll need to observe some of these things as well. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about that. I know I've gotten kind of long-winded now, so I don't want to take any more time. Please know that the syllabi are due tomorrow. That tomorrow is being the 29th of August. And if you haven't, if you haven't been able to make these ADA accessible changes, in other words, using the new formatting, uh, please take some time to do that. You know, I'm under a requirement that our syllabi are going to be ADA compliant. If you'd like some more time with me to help you train, I can help with that. Like, hey, I don't like the just everything left justified and the way that looks in it. If you want to have some help making those, I don't mind. Another good resource is Quality Matters. For those of you that are teaching online classes, I'm going to put out another video for you. If you're not teaching online classes, uh, thank you, but still, we still want to work toward accessibility. Reach out this semester. I look forward to, there are six, full-time faculty now. So, this is, I'm excited. I'm excited about this semester and what we bring. So please reach out if you have any questions or problems, and I'll do what I can to help.